three, four. Hello, and welcome to the next lecture video for programming C# on .NET. My name is Brett Robley. I teach at Cal State University Fullerton, and the class is ISDS 309. We're working through Chapter 14, Files and Streams in Joyce Farrell's Microsoft Visual C# 2017. And last lesson, she had us write a program to create a name file. I want to insert my own program here to roll the dice so that we can spice up the next program she has us doing. So let's create a Visual Studio project called Random, and I'll explain how to use the C# facilities to generate random numbers, and then we'll use this randomness in the next lecture, which is Joyce Farrell's reading the name file. Okay, so we'll get rid of the extra code. We put in our using static system console. Let's create a class called random. Set up our main method. Okay, now I'm going to declare a random object called random, and I'll instantiate it, calling new random, which is the constructor. And basically we're initializing the pseudo random number generator. When we call new random, it uses a time-based seed. If you know about RNGs, this will make sense. If you don't, we'll just move on. Okay, now that we've initialized our pseudo random number generator, I want to create an integer called die1, an integer called die2. So whenever you hear the word dice, that's plural, hopefully. And then when you roll dice, if you get two ones, that's called snake eyes. So I'm going to create a bool variable called snake eyes and set it to false. And then I am going to create an integer called num snake eyes and initialize that to 0. Now I'd like to roll the dice, these two dice, let's say 20 times, and display what we get when we roll the dice. So first thing I'll do in the loop is set snake eyes to false, even though it was set to false up above. That's just because the compiler likes it that way. But we need to set it to false each time through the loop. And then we will get the next random number. Die1 equals random.next. And in parentheses we say 1, 6. That's for a 6-sided die, so it should return a random number between 1 and 6. We'll do the same thing for the second die. And then we need to write a test to see if both die1 and die2 are equal to 1. Then we have indeed rolled snake eyes. So we'll set snake eyes to true, and we will bump or increment num snake eyes so that we can keep track of how many times we roll snake eyes in a given run. Okay, then we need to test snake eyes for truth, and if it's true, we will write line, let me fuss with these curly braces. I'm trying to reduce the number of lines, and so if we just have a single line after the if and a single line after the else, I can do away with the curly braces now that you're getting more experienced. So if snake eyes is true, we're going to write line you rolled snake eyes, and if snake eyes is false, then we will take the else branch and we will write line you rolled and then just the actual numbers of die1 and die2. We'll do that 20 times and display it on the console. And then when we're done, we'll drop out of the for loop code block. And for the last thing we do, we will write you rolled snake eyes however many times. And that's what this last line is going to do for us. So let me finish this off, and then I'll run it one or more times until we actually roll snake eyes. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, that looks good. I think we'll compile it and see if, hopefully it compiles. Uh-oh, we got an error. What's the problem here? Oh, it says that next is not known. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I see the red lines. Oh, I created class random, which basically hid .NET's random. So let's change this to dice. Notice the red squiggles go away. So the class name is now dice. Sorry about that. Okay, there we run it once. No snake eyes. Let's run it again. No snake eyes. Let's run it a third time. No snake eyes. Let's run it a fourth time. Ah, finally, we got snake eyes. Okay, hope you liked this video.